hello viewers, welcome to Youth of Today program broadcasting live on SSBC. I am Mayen Yok. On today's edition, we will talk about talent show and modeling among young South Sudanese. Joining me in the studio live is the Chief Executive Director of South Shows Promotion and Manager of Miss Naath South Sudan, Beauty Fagans, Mr. Maktab Machot Deng. Welcome to Youth of Today program.
Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure to host you for the first time. As one of the Chief Executive and Manager in Miss Naath South Sudan, please could you briefly tell us more about Miss Naath South Sudan and what it deals for?
Thank you. Miss Naath South Sudan is a beauty pageant, or I would term it a beauty contest, that is meant to empower the young South Sudanese ladies, mostly the ladies from the Naath community, to empower their talents in terms of the leadership and modeling. You know, when they say a beauty pageant, it simply means like it's a community leadership, where someone is appointed as normal as they always do to a chairperson of a community. When you are appointed as the queen, you go and do stuff that is always done by a community person or a community chairperson. For instance, the ladies that are contesting for Miss Naath are always termed as contestants. That means, like, if you can see from a chairperson of a community, they always say contestant number 1 or contestant number 2, or this person is contesting or aspiring for this. So it's just the same as beauty pageants. Beauty pageants are not modeling. We decided to come up with Miss Naath South Sudan around 2018, and then just to make sure that we remove that mindset of our elders, most especially those that think that modeling is something that is negative. With beauty pageant, they have actually a difference with modeling. With modeling, you just walk, and then you showcase clothes of one is a brand, maybe in USA or in a different country. But then with modeling, with beauty pageants, it's just contesting and making sure you do something for your community.
Well, actually, when we talk of the modeling and the beauty pageants, as you refer to the queens, what modalities, when we are talking exactly of the queens, what kind of the wear that does it bring to the culture so that the people believe in your cultural as one of the modelings? What does it bring to the community in that way?
One, I would recall back to what our queen previously did, our last year's queen. One of our queens decided to go to the POC sites where we have our people that are suffering. She decided to visit over 5 schools to help and to help with the idea of making sure the ladies are safe out there in terms of the sanitation and educating them in sanitation stuff. So she decided to go along with different things like pads, like soaps, and she also went and advised them. So that is something that brings an impact to the community. Secondly, the fact that even during the grand finale of that event, normally they showcase their cultures, where now we modernize our cultures, where not only South Sudanese will see them, different people will see them. The fact that we do upload these things in YouTube, we're trying to connect South Sudan to a bigger picture, where it's not only seen by us, but our culture is marketed.
Actually, as you talked before, Mr. Maktab, you mentioned something about the leadership. What sort of leadership does modeling and beauty pageants bring to the young South Sudanese who are talented?
With beauty pageants, I will stick only to beauty pageants, because currently I'm the manager of Miss Naath South Sudan, which is a beauty pageant. But then I was defining modeling because people tend to take modeling the same as a beauty pageant. A beauty pageant is just, as I said earlier on, is the same as a community person would act. The difference is the fact that when you come in contesting as the chairperson of a community, you are not trained. Some of the people come when they just enter and they are leaders of the people. But for us here, when you are contesting for Miss Naath South Sudan, they train you for over 3 months to make sure you know what to say. You are trained with the confidence. You're trying to also tell us about your project. What are you going to do to the community? Someone with a project that tells us exactly what they are going to do to the community is the person that qualifies from the judges and goes with Miss Naath South Sudan.
Actually, let me come closer to Miss Naath and South Show that you are chief executive. Miss Naath South Sudan as an independent initiative, and what common does it share with the South Show promotions?
South Shows Promoters, first of all, is a promotion company that promotes different talents of South Sudanese, be it modeling, be it artists, and also organizing events. That is why currently when you see the poster of Miss Naath South Sudan is written South Shows Promoters Presents. So South Shows Promoters is a promotion company that can work with any other event once invited to do or organize an event. It's simply an event organizer, or it's also a promotion company that promotes different talents of South Sudan. But then being part of the team that formed Miss Naath South Sudan around 2018, they saw that I also have a potential to promote Miss Naath at the same time. And then that is how I came out to be promoting Miss Naath South Sudan as a team. South Shows Promoters is not only me. It's a team of different people. If you can see, some of the people always term their promotion company into a single name of theirs. But then we different South Sudanese, we decided to come together and term it as South Shows Promoters, meaning different promoters that are working together to achieve a common goal, to promote different talents, to organize different events. So currently South Shows Promoters has been given the privilege to promote Miss Naath South Sudan by the team.
As one of the young person in the South Sudan, we are the youth. What come to your mind and your colleagues for you to come up with the idea of beauty pageants and modelings in the same time?
When we look back to when our country started, you have to ask yourself, what can you do to the youth as a person? Previously, our uncles and dads decided to liberate this country. That's why we have South Sudan currently. But then now we have a country. If you can ask yourself, what can you do to the youth? What can you do to the South Sudanese? Can you unite the people? Because currently, if you can see, the theme of Miss Naath South Sudan is we are one, meaning like we coming into a ground where we can be able to unite people. When I don't believe that I will forever be a youth. There will be a time when I'm an elderly, but the question will always remain, what did I do to my youth? What was I able to do in my youthful age? So that's why we came up with different initiatives to help the youth, so that when we are off the youth age, we realize that we helped our youth during our time.
Before we go to South Sudan in general, the Miss Naath pageants and the South promotions, what talent can it bring to the people that can unite the people within Naath community, so that as you say, your theme is we are one, so that how can you make sure that you bring all the people of Naath together as one, so that they impress the fees among themselves?
Thank you so much for the question. Currently, we do things to do with promotion, approaching our elderly so that they just be supportive to the initiative that we are doing. And then we look forward not to only unite the Naath people. Currently, when you see it, it's not Miss Naath beauty pageant alone. We decided to call it Miss Naath South Sudan. The South Sudan there means that we're working towards uniting South Sudan's in general, not only the Naath people. That's why when you see our last edition, it didn't attract only the Naath people. It was attended by over 4,000 people. All of them are different South Sudanese in Ukraine. So that's why we got a chance this time to take it back to freedom, and so it attracts.
Yeah, the event is actually for entertainment and the beauty pageant contest, where the people are contesting and entertainments. The musicians are adding out the love songs and the peace song. How does this contribute to the promotion of the peace among the South Sudanese youth?
One, when an event is organized, it brings together different people. An entertainment event, it brings about different people. For instance, the politicians that we invited together, I can say most of them are in the same political ground. But what can we do as youth? We bring them all together so that they laugh together, they smile together, they celebrate together, and the youth also to laugh together. When someone entertains them as an artist, they are able to smile and to dance with that person. there is that happiness. When someone gets back home, they obviously know that they have been united in the night of the event.
Actually, before we go for a short break inside our studio, please, may you give us more pictures on the upcoming beauty contest that is being scheduled in this week on Friday. Can you give us more light on that?
Currently, with anything that anyone starts, when you start right now, I wouldn't suggest for you to remain the same. Last year's edition and the previous year were a little bit lower, but this year we decided to pull up. Currently, we are awarding the winner with a car, and then the two other winners with gifts, different gifts, both of them, varying with whatever number that you have. Starting from the main winner, we walk away with the car, and the second winners, the second one, the bigger gift, and the third one, a different gift. So this time we are bringing in different people. Last year it was attended by only some few elders, but this year we decided to bring more. For instance, we invited the First Lady, Mayen, as among the guests. We also invited the Vice President, Infrastructure Cluster, General Tabandeng, is going to be present in the event. Honorable Luis Lebon Lajor, Governor of Eastern Equatorial State, is also going to be present, including Minister of Labor, Honorable General James Osmach is also going to be present, with other dignitaries more, but it's bigger this time.
Actually, Mr. Maktab, I would like to go for inside break in our studio. Then we shall be right back. Actually, our viewers, let's go for a short break. We shall be back shortly. Welcome back, our dear viewers. You're still watching Youth Today program, the forum where young people hear their view on SSBC. And I'm still with you, Mayen. And to remind you back with my guest in the studio with me, Mr. Maktab Machot Deng, the manager for South Sudan, for Miss Naath South Sudan, and the chief executive of the South Promotion Talent Show. Welcome back. Mr. Maktab, this event is second edition of its kind, reflecting on the last year's occasion. What are its positive outcomes if you rely as far as fees is concerned in the country?
Thank you. Currently, the positive incomes of Miss Naath South Sudan is the fact that when we organize this event, it brings a lot of different South Sudanese people. That is one. Some of them that are coming from different countries. For instance, currently we have one of the international artists, also from South Sudan. He's been off the country actually since, 10 years ago. Through Miss Naath South Sudan, the audience out there is actually a surprise, but I'm saying it in the studio here. Through Miss Naath South Sudan, the fans and the South Sudanese will be able to have this person back to the country. This is something that the country will love, every person, including the people that are working for us in the government. That the fact that when we organize different events like this, people who are off for so long from the country get to come back in the country and celebrate with us. That person was impressed with the edition of last year, and this year he decided to be present in Miss Naath South Sudan.
Yeah, now are you telling me that conducting some of the show, like event like this, will attract the South Sudanese who will leave the country, or purposely for other country to come back so that they impress fees in the country?
Most definitely. Like, for instance, that person never decided to come before. I'm not saying every person out there will count specifically for Miss Naath, but then at some point when we are able to invite such people, they come and embrace peace in the country, including whoever is in the country.
The idea of imitating a South Show promotion company seems to be oriented in the neighboring country, Uganda. As a South Sudanese youth, why do you think coming up with the promotion policy should invest in uniting young people in South Sudan?
Thank you. As I said earlier on, South Shows Promoters was formed in 2017. That was before Miss Naath was formed. And I think by that time I was just completing my high school. I saw around and I decided to do that to help my youth. South Shows Promoters just came up and we initiated this program just to support the youth with different talents that are not being supported and lack the promotion. Currently, it's not the same level we were before. Every now and then, we continue to step forward and move ahead.
As one of the managers in Miss Naath South Sudan, please may you briefly update the general public about the anticipated concerns and activities of your initiative.
Miss Naath South Sudan promotes talents like South Shows Promoters as well. For instance, if we can see about the song of Miss Naath South Sudan, that song was recorded by over 6 artists, South Sudanese, not only the Naath people. With that song, it was viewed by over 100,000 something views on YouTube. Some of them are grown right now through that song. We would say we haven't done much for them, but they are grown through that. Secondly, is the fact that when these contestants contest for Miss Naath, they are given the platform and they learn. They learn, and if one wants to move ahead with modeling, because this is just the start of one's journey. From there now you can decide whether you want to go to do high fashion modeling. For instance, last time we were contacted by one of the UK models, modeling agents, that they wanted one of our ladies, a lady called Marina David. And we're looking forward to signing her if the parents like her to join that side. Currently, we also have our first runners-up. She was the one who won Miss World South Sudan recently. She's called Bakita Nyanyal. Currently, she's Miss World South Sudan and she's going to represent South Sudan in Puerto Rico, over 164 countries, but she's the one that is going to represent the country. Without the foundation of Miss Naath, I think this wouldn't have been possible.
Mr. Maktab, what can you share with your fellow youth that are down there sitting idleness and living to create a job by themselves? What can you share with such a youth?
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful that I'll raise a view to my youth that are out there and sitting idly without doing something for the youth. A simple advice is the fact that whatever that you think you can do for yourself or for the youth, please step up and do something for the youth. One day we will grow up and we will no longer be youth, and they will ask you. That's why our uncles used to ask themselves that what did you do in your youth age? That was not because of the fight and so forth. It was simply because were you able to support your guys? Were you able to rise up? Currently, it's not about the fight no more. It's about the pen to help the country to move forward, to bring in different initiatives that can promote the country, to bring in different inventions that can represent South Sudan worldwide.
Let us come for the challenges facing Miss Naath South Sudan. What are the challenges that you undergo through all your campaign promotions and trying to advocate for the best of the youth so that the youth are not seated alone but have something to do?
Thank you so much. Some of the challenges are the fact that sometimes there is always criticism. I would advise you that criticism is quite dangerous. When you see something that is good for you and for the country, please let it go and support it. It's what we all need. Don't criticize something that is for the benefit of the country. Other things is the fact that sometimes sponsors hardly come in when they are sponsoring this event. Like for last year, it was a tug of war because it was hustling for the whole team to raise the money and to organize the entire event. and to provide everything for the training and for the t-shirt and so forth. But this year at least some sponsors came in. That is why we have King Powers investment company which sponsored the car, and then with different companies as well. For instance, Kolang Foundation sponsored the venue. So we always get that difficulty. Currently our entertainment was not sponsored, and you know, every event needs artists, so we are supposed to get sponsors as well on the entertainment. Our companies out there are ignorant to the artists that are out there, to the different South Sudanese artists.
Mr. Maktab, before we end this or we conclude this our interview, what could be your last final words to the Pala youth, to your elderly fathers and uncles, mothers, sisters? What can you share with them? That could be your final words.
The first thing I would say is the fact that I'm simply requesting you to turn up and support the initiative for Miss Naath South Sudan that is happening on 29th October at Freedom Hall. And then the second thing is the fact that please be supportive to what the youth are doing, that is to my elders out there. When a youth comes up and does something for the betterment of the country, support them so that they succeed and you see them grow. Let's not stop them on the way. And to my youth out there, please, whatever that you think you can be able to do to your community, to your youth, step up and do it, and you'll be supported by all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Maktab Machot Deng. And to our viewers, we have come to end of today's editions, and I will leave you to continue with the rest of the program coming up from SSBC. And thanks on our technical team in the control room. I'm Mayen. Bye-bye, and we see you at our usual time. Bye-bye.